Switch Station 32, back for another review. Today we're going to do my final thoughts of Red Dead Redemption 2 and what I liked about it and what I thought about it. I'm playing the Special Edition on PS4 Pro. My initial thoughts are the graphics look great. It's a beautiful looking game. It's one of the best looking games I played. It is the best looking open world game I played. You ain't going to find a better open world game than Red Dead Redemption 2. Just right from the beginning, the way that the game starts, the story draws you in. I love the story, the way it unfolds. I've seen some people did not like the way that it opened up, because you're not just dropped right into the open world. For me, I really liked it. It drew me into Arthur's character. The Van der Ley gang, it really gets you right into it. Shows you how they're in the mountains, everything about the game, the way that it starts. And how you're stuck in a storm. I really love the way this game starts. It draws you right into it. Right from the very beginning, you're hooked right on the story, and that's what I love about this. Because with Grand Theft Auto 5, I mean, some people might think differently, but I never got drawn right into the story. I just like playing the game. But the story in this is, to me, it's 100 times better. This is probably the best open world story I've ever played. I love the story in this game, how it unfolds. And it's a long game, and the story doesn't stop until right to the end. Now, as far as like drawing you in with the graphics, I played on PS4 Pro, so it looked really good. I heard the Xbox One X even looks better. But just the way the snow looks, the detailed in the snow, how your feet walk through it, you ain't going to find nothing better than that, I don't think. Not in this generation. The lighting on the lantern, the way the light shines in the dark off the lantern, it's top notch. The lighting in this game is amazing. Now, as far as Arthur's character, a lot of people were on the fence if they thought maybe I should just tell John's story, but Arthur's story is, for me, I loved Arthur. Arthur drew me into this game. It reminds me a little bit of Clint Eastwood. I'm a big fan of Clint Eastwood. I can't wait for his new movie, The Mule, to come out. Yeah, Arthur's character really drew me into this game. I really love Arthur's character right from the very beginning, right until the end. Now, the way that you go into this game when you first start, you start off with your gang, and you're stuck in a snowstorm, and you got to go look for one of your gang members and help them. And you go down, you find this house, and it really shows how the game starts off and how to play the game and how the story's going to unfold, how to use everything. And to me, it was top notch. You won't get better than that. Even the story for it was top notch. And then after you get past that, you get into your open world, and then that's when the game really opens up. The open world in this game is amazing. I love Breath of the Wild. I did not think you'd get a better open world than that, but this game is just as good as Breath of the Wild, if not better. There's something to do everywhere as you go. You're never going to be bored in this game. No matter where you're going, if you're doing a main quest, just get into the main quest. There's always going to be little side quests that you're going to run into, or someone's getting robbed, or someone's trying to rob you, or to a legendary animal hunt. Side quests. The side quests in this game are just as good as the main story. And that, to me, takes this game to another notch. From your legendary hunting to your legendary fishing, there's always something great to do in this game. Just going regular hunting just to feed yourself, or fishing to feed yourself, or to bring back food to your camp to take care of the others, really, really helps this game and really gets you invested into Arthur's character. And not only that, you got other things you can do. You can just roam the world, do random stuff. You can rob people, do whatever you want to do, beat them up. And you go collect bounties in this game. And the stories for the bounties are just as good as the side quest or the main stories. To me, that's why Rockstar knocked it out of the park with this. Everything they did from main quest to legendary animal hunting to the legendary fishing to bounty hunting, even just random encounters that you meet all have a story, and every story is great in this game. The map in this game is easy to use. The waypoints, if you open up your map and you'll see you want to go look for a story, a main story, you just put your waypoint on it. It will have a red line with your fastest route to get to that story to save some time. And that really helps a game like this out because it's a big, big game and there's a long ways to travel. There is a lot of stuff to do on the way there, but there's also a lot of stuff to do on the main trails to get there as well. And as you open it up and you get to your legendary animals and you find your legendary animal spots, it will show that on the map. It will show your legendary fishing spots on the map. Your compass and your map in this game is one of the best I've played. It functions well. It's easy to use. It blows up as big as you want it, or you can take it down as small as you want it. It's pretty good. And another thing to do in this game is take care of your camp and the people in your camp, and you can grow your camp and expand your camp and level it up and add more things into it. And you go out and it gives you a reason to go hunting. It gives you a reason to go robbing and making money and looting the people to get the money off the people and bring it back to your camp, because you can donate the money that you bring in and it helps the camp, and that gives it an extra dynamic, and I love that part of it. I'm really hoping to keep that for the online multiplayer. That's what I really want to see. I really want to see you have your own camp and you go out and you take care of your members and you do side quests or whatever you're going to do, and then you keep expanding your camp as the multiplayer grows and grows, and you keep getting a bigger and bigger camp. I really hope they do that for multiplayer. And talking about Breath of the Wild again, you collect cigarette cards in this game, and there's a bunch of cigarette cards to go out and collect. It almost reminds me of Zelda, where you're going to collect Korok seeds all through the world. It gives you a reason to explore everything in this world. And treasure hunting. There's treasure hunting in this game. You'll get maps off people you'll randomly encounter, or you'll rob them and you get maps and they'll be out treasure hunting and you can take their map and go find the treasure. And everything. There's so much detail in this game. Now, the weapon wheel. At first, when I first started playing it, I didn't really like the weapon wheel that much. But the more I get into it and the more I started getting really good with it and everything, it started to grow on me, and now I really love the weapon wheel. So if you guys didn't like the weapon wheel, maybe you will later on into the game. I didn't really like it at first, but after about 15, 20 hours into it, I really loved it, and I'm glad that it is the way it is. Now, the main story in this game, I'm not going to have any spoilers in this game, but the main story in this game, I love it. I said it earlier, I'll say it again. It's probably the best story in an open world game that's 70 plus hours I've ever played. I love the story from the beginning of it right to the end. Not just the main story, the side quest, everything in this game has a good story. And I like single player games, and I love having a good story, and this really draws you into the story. Just getting to meet the Vanderlei gang and how everything unfolds with the gang throughout it really draws you in and really connects you with Arthur and Dutch for that matter. And it really draws you in how they butt heads in this game and tells the whole story of that. It's really good. This game will make you laugh, it'll make you cry, it'll make you every feeling that you can have this game. If you can get feelings by playing games, this game will give them to you. It will really make you feel for the characters. Really love the characters in this game. The characters in this game, your friends, even the bad guys, it really tells the backstory for all of them, from Dutch to Miss Sadie Adler to everyone that you encounter throughout the whole game. It tells their backstory, and it's pretty good. It even tells some backstories for just random people that you encounter. No, I won't say, I don't want to have any spoilers, so I'm not going to say anything to ruin it. But I will say the second part of this game, people that have already played it will know what I'm talking about. The second part of this game, at first I didn't really like it, and then it really grew on me. And I really started to enjoy it, but I just thought it was a little bit short. I wish you would have had a little bit more time with it. And that's all I'll say about that, because I don't want to have any spoilers, but just starting to get invested in it, and then I finished the game. Now, the ending to this game, I was really happy with it. Really drew me into it. I did not want it to be over. but they told a good story, and the way that it ended was great. Even after they roll the credits, and I recommend you watch. Don't skip through it because they tell even stories during the credits. They'll have like photos or little videos. So even after you beat the game, don't skip the credits. Watch the credits. It even tells you a little bit of story afterwards. And that's a good thing. But at the end of the game, I was really happy with it. I can't really talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for you. But the end of the game, and this is really good, and it really tells a great story. Now, what did I not like about it? Not much. I really like this game. I did come across a couple of glitches. There was one story where I had to go kill a bunch of people and then run on my horse. And then once I got to a certain spot, which was kind of hard to get to, I had to get in a canoe or a boat and row away to just get into the next part of the story because that was the end of it. But I tried this about 20 times and I kept dying because it would just say the quest failed, but I wasn't actually dead. But I just couldn't get in the boat. I get in the boat and it just would do nothing. And I tried it about 20 times, about 20 different ways, and it may have been just me, but to me it was a glitch and it wouldn't let you get in the boat to row the boat. And I had to skip that part, and I hate skipping parts in games, especially this game, because I really, really enjoy this game. But saying that, that's just a small glitch. I've only seen 2 glitches in this game the whole time I was playing it. The other one was I was in a cannon, and I was doing a story, and I had to kill some people, and same thing, run on a horse. And once I get out of the cannon, not me, but the computer got stuck, and they couldn't progress to end the story. And it was just about another 10 seconds. I just had to walk a little bit further out of the cannon. And I don't know if they froze or what happened, but I had to redo that, and the second time it worked, and I had no issues with it. So those are the only 2 problems I had with the game the whole time I played it. And would I say they're problems? Probably not. The glitch one was a problem. The one where I couldn't get in the boat and I had to skip it. That was a problem because I don't want to do that. But doing it over again just one time, that's not a big deal. Is it a game breaker? Definitely not. This game's too good to have a game breaker like that. Now, saying that, the only thing left for me to choose is going to be, is this game of the year or is God of War game of the year? I never thought I'd like anything even as much as God of War, let alone think it was better than God of War. Now, I'm not saying that this game's better than God of War because they're 2 different things. As far as an open world game, this game's amazing. As far as an action base in your face the whole time, God of War is amazing. So to come down to game of the year, I don't know how you'd choose it because they're 2 distinctively different games. They both have good stories. You're going to get more time out of this one. But God of War I'd say God of War is a little bit more fun for the time you get out of it because it's in your face, action based. But this one's more realistic and it's supposed to take your time. It's not supposed to be in your face the whole time. So they're 2 really different games, but they're equally as good as one another in my opinion. And I'm going to do a separate video of what I think the game of the year should be, but you can't go wrong with either one of these games. In my opinion, I think they both should be game of the year, but I don't know how you choose one over the other and be wrong. Because both of these games, in my opinion, are going to be the best games of this generation for Sony. And on the other consoles, I think this is going to be the best game of the generation. Now, my final thoughts of this game. Would I recommend this? Oh yeah, I'd recommend this game for sure. You're going to get the time you want out of it. This game's definitely worth the money. Would I recommend the special edition? If you want all that extra stuff, there's a story that comes with this that you get with the special edition. I don't know if that's a timed exclusive or not, but if it's not a timed exclusive, you just get some weapons and some clothes and a horse, and you get some bonus experience points as you kill stuff and fight. That's kind of cool. I really like that. But the base game, you can't go wrong with this. And I don't think you can go wrong with this. This is for sure my favorite Rockstar game of all time. I love this game, and I 100% recommend this game. This is a 10 out of 10 for sure for me. I can't, if this ain't a 10 out of 10, I don't know what is a 10 out of 10. So this is going to have to be a 10 out of 10 for me. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions about this game. If you leave some comments, and I'd love to get back to you guys. Maybe leave your thoughts and opinions of what you think Game of the Year would be. I'd love to have some conversations with you guys before I make my video, before the Game Awards. But if you guys like this video, if you could leave a like and a subscribe, it would really help the channel grow. Switch Station 32, here for another review.